Starseed is a person who has a soul that originated from another star system or another galaxy or even sometimes another universe. But they have chosen for various reasons to have an Earth human incarnation at this time.
Fascinating. Have you come across a starseed?
I've come across many starseeds with my work. A lot of us on the planet right now are starseeds.
How do we know if we are?
Usually if we have an interest in spirituality or stars, or if we're really interested in the paranormal or the metaphysical realm, then most likely we're a starseed.
You mentioned some of the type of ETs that have come to this planet.
Yeah.
And let's go through them and tell us what they are. The Lemurians, what about them?
Lemurians and Vegans, so I kind of categorize them in the same group because they come from the same constellation. But there was actually two different star races. The Lemurians, the white Lemurians, were more the Caucasian, Nordic-looking type of people.
They look human.
They look pretty human, maybe taller, bigger, but they have human features. The Vegan people from the Vega star system were blue-skinned beings that also looked human.
Like avatars.
Yeah, like the Avatar people, exactly. And they look very similar maybe to the Hindu gods, perhaps. There's a lot of correlations between Ayurvedic medicine and the Vegan principles.
How about the Pleiadians?
The Pleiadians were actually a race of beings that were descendants of Lemurian refugees that escaped the wars many millions of years ago. There was actually a big war that broke out between the Lemurians and the Draconian beings from the Draco system. And the Draconians had much better technology, so they ended up destroying some of the Lemurian planets. So the Lemurian people ended up having to escape to other star systems, and the Pleiades was one of those systems. The Pleiades is actually in the constellation of Taurus, the bull, which is a zodiac sign, but it's also a constellation. And so these beings were descendants of these refugees who settled in the Pleiades asterism.
Now, the star system Sirius is where the Syrians come from. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about the country of Syria.
No, not the country of Syria.
But it's the Sirius star system. Is that the same system that the Dogon tribe in Africa talked about?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sirius is a trinary star system. Right now, I think they're actually binary, but at one time there was actually 3 Sirius stars. So there's a Sirius A, a Sirius B, and a Sirius C. The Dogon people interacted with the Namo, who were amphibian beings from Sirius B. And it's actually, a lot of people don't realize this, but the plant cannabis actually originated from Sirius B.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And they brought it here?
They brought it here, yes.
So I don't know if we should thank them or not.
I think we should.
Right?
I think we should, because it's an amazing medicinal plant. It has many wonderful properties. But it actually means, so canis means dog, so it's a Latin for dog, and bis means 2, which is the second Sirian star, which is
interesting.
The Sirius B. And so they brought it with them to Earth, and so now we get to partake of cannabis.
Debbie, what about the Andromedans? What about that sect, I would guess?
Andromeda is a very interesting star system. A lot of people are very fascinated with Andromeda. Andromeda, there's actually 2 Andromedan locations that I often deal with when I do Akashic readings. The first one is Andromeda Galaxy, which is a whole other galaxy. It's actually 2 million light years from our galaxy here. Okay. There's also an Andromeda constellation. The majority of the folks that I work with when I do Akashic readings, or at least the ones that are from Andromeda, are usually from the constellation. But the Andromedans were actually a composite of different races of beings that there was a few that were humanoid and quite a few that weren't. Some avian beings also located in Andromeda. And there was also quite a few humans or humanoid type of beings that were also descendant of Lemurian refugees. But they had evolved so rapidly in Andromeda because of its remote locations.
How about the Arcturians?
A lot of people are also very fascinated with the Arcturians. The Arcturians are a race of beings that are actually very, very high dimensional, at most part, are some of the few races of beings that are able to transcend dimensions. So they can move up and down dimensions at will. Not too many other beings can do that. They're actually a separate consciousness that when this galaxy was formed, ended up residing in the Pleiades constellation, which is where the star Arcturus is located.